Welcome back to our Excel course. If you're new here, please kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, then turn on notifications for more updates. Thank you. Lesson 2. Now we are getting into the real power of Excel, formulas. Every formula in Excel starts with an equal sign. That is how Excel knows you are giving it a calculation, not just typing text. Let us start simple. Click on an empty cell. Okay? Type equals 5 plus 3 equals 5 plus 3. To be able to input your plus sign, you press the shift plus the equals button. You can see in the equals button we have the equals and then the equals below and then the plus above. So you use the shift. When you want to use equals, you just press the key direct, but when you want to use plus, you use the shift plus that button. You get your plus sign. Equals 5 plus 3, then press enter. Congratulations, you just wrote your first formula on Excel. But the real magic happens when you reference other cells. Type 10 in cell A1, 10 in cell A1, and 20 in cell A2. This is A2. Remember, 20 in cell A2. Now in A3, type equals A1 plus A2 equals A1 plus A2 and press enter. You see 30, right? Now change A1 to 50. Watch A3 update automatically to 70. Let's go there. Change A1 to 50. A1 to 50. You can see A3 has updated automatically to 70. Here is something critical to understand. The dollar sign in a reference locks it. If you do not want a cell reference to change when you copy a formula, use a dollar sign. Equals A1 is a relative reference. It changes when copied. Equals dollar sign A dollar sign 1 is an absolute reference. It never changes. Dollar sign A1 locks the column. Equals A dollar sign 1 locks the row. Don't worry, don't get confused. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Let's look at Excel reference types and their examples. Number 1, we have the relative reference. Example A1. Let's go to our Excel. So we have this. Let's do a small example. We're going to use cell A, B, and C. The formula here is equals A1 times B1. In cell A1, type 10. In cell B1, type 5. In cell A2, type 20. In cell B2, type 4. Now go to cell C1 and type in your formula equals A1 times B1 equals A1 times B1. Your times is your asterisk. Asterisk is together with the 8. So you use your shift plus the 8 key to get your asterisk for times. Times what? What did I say? Times B1. Press enter and copy the formula down. To copy the formula, place your cursor here in cell C1 where you have your answer. Point your cursor to this small box here at the intersection. Make sure that this your big plus in your cursor changes to a slimmer black one. The other one was fat and this one is slim and it's black. When once you get that, you drag down and you've copied the formula. Instead of you putting the formula here again, you just drag from the first result downward. It will give you the same answer. So 10 times 5 equals 50. When the formula in C1, that is equals A1 times B1, is copied to C2, Excel automatically changes to A2 times B2. If you click your formula bar, if you click on cell C2 and check your formula bar, you can see that it changes to A2 and B2. The first one was A1 and B1. You understand now? When to use this? To use this, you use this to calculate totals of many rows, multiplication tables, and sales calculations. That is all for the first reference. That's the relative reference. Now, let's move to the second reference, which is the absolute reference. And the formula here is equals $a $1. You can see I've included a dollar sign here. Let's get to it. For example, in cell A1, we have VAT rate. VAT rate. In cell B1, we have 7.5%. Your percent is found in key 5. Where you have your 5, you use shift plus 5 and you see your percent symbol there. The first value for VAT rate, we have 1,000. That is cell A2, 1,000. The second value, 2,000, in cell A3. In cell A4, we have 3,000. Now let us calculate this. We want to get 7.5% of this value. So what's the formula we are going to use? Now go to cell C2. C2, we have the formula will be equals A2 times $B $1. You can see I did not join both of them together. So let's get right to it. Equals A2 times $. You find your $sign in key 4. Shift plus 4, you get your $sign. A equals A2 times $B $1, and you press enter. You can see 7.5% of 1,000 is 75. And now we are going to copy it down. This formula never changes when you copy it down. So we are going to drag it down. And you can see we filled it. So when you click on cell C3, it still has the same formula as the column. This B still remains the same. Okay, only the row changes. The row number A3, we have A4, but this formula, this B $1 never changes. So this is your result. Excel keeps using B1 as the VAT rate. It never changes. When to use this? For tax rates, exchange rates, fixed commissions, constant. That is when to use this kind of reference in Excel, which is the absolute reference. So we've talked about the relative reference and we've now talked about the absolute reference. Let us move to reference number 3. The third reference is the mixed reference. The column stays locked. The formula we are using is equals $A1. The column stays fixed but the row changes. Let's get to it. So in cell A1, type 10. A2, type 20. A3, type 30. Now we apply the formula. We apply the formula in B1. We have equals $A1. That's the formula we are applying. Press enter. Then copy it down. Drag it down. Copy it across C and then drag down. Now, when you click the cell B1 through B3, you can see that the column is locked. Only the row changes. So we have, check your formula bar. We have A1, A2, A3. You can see that only the A, which is the column, remains, while the 1, 2, 3 changes. This formula we use here, it will still be the same one we in cell C. In cell C1 through cell C3, you can see it's still showing us A1, the $A1, A2, and A3. So this one, the column stays, the column is locked while the row changes. That is what we call the mixed reference. When to use this? You use this in comparing values from one fixed column or creating data tables. That is when you use this reference. Now, the mixed reference, row locked, the formula we are using is equals $1. You can see it's different. The first one, the dollar sign comes before the A. Now, the dollar sign is in the middle. A comes before the dollar sign. So, equals $, and 1. So, let's get right to it. Let's delete. Let me delete all of this. In cell A1, type 10, B1, 20, C1, 30. Let's input our formula. Our formula is, remember, equals $1 equals $1. Then press enter. Let us copy it across. Now, let's check. A1, B1, and C1. You can see the row is locked and the column is fixed. The C, the A, B, C is the column. It is not locked anymore like the first one. But the row 1, 2, 3, it shows only 1, 2. The other one, it was showing 1, 2, 3. But this one, it's only 1. You check here. Please look at the formula bar to understand what I'm talking about. This one is still there. $1 is still there. Same thing with here. That is the last reference type for Excel. Notice how row 1 remains fixed and columns changes. When to use this type of reference? For referencing headers, multiplication tables, and budget templates. Now, let us do a fun practical part. We are going to create a multiplication table using this reference. Now, let's get to it. Follow closely so that you understand this part. In cell A1 through cell A4, we are going to type 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's stop there. In cell B1 through cell D1, we type 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, and 4. If you know how your multiplication table looks like, you understand what I'm trying to do here. So we don't want to do this manually. We want to use the formula to create a multiplication table. Now, in cell B2, enter this formula equals $A2 times $1 equals $A A2 times $1 and click enter. Why is this done like this? $A2 locks column A. This $A2 locks this column A. Alright, while $1 locks the row. So we want to lock this row, and lock the column. So that is it. Now, copy across and down. Copy across, this is across, and then copy down. Boom! Our multiplication table is ready. So let's read it together. 2 times 2, 4. 2 times 3, 6. 2 times 4, 8. And let's go to 3. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times 3, 9. 3 times 4, 12. Let's go to 4. 4 times 2, 8. 4 times 3, 12. 4 times 4, 16. Now, do you understand what I've just done here? Use this formula to create a multiplication table instead of calculating everything, writing formulas one after the other. So you see your result. Yes, your multiplication table. This is one of the best real world examples of mixed references because it uses both types of the same time. Because it uses both types at the same time. We use the both mixed references at the same time, where the column is locked and where the column is locked, and the other side where the row is locked too. So that is why it is one of the best real world examples of mixed reference type. Okay, a short tip for you: reference and meaning. A1, nothing locked. $A $1, everything locked. $A1, column locked. $1, row locked. Remember, the $ locks whatever comes immediately after it. If it is before the letter, the column is locked. If it is before the number, the row is locked.